Hello, good evening, folks. How you doing? How was your day?
Hello, teacher.
Okay, folks, in this session, we're gonna talk about the contents that you can appreciate on the screen, the social aspects of profession, vocation, and moral conscience, right? So some of the objective that we got for this session are identifies the social dimension of professional ethics, recognizing the relationship between professions and society, analyzes the role of vocation and moral conscience in ethical professional decision making, and the last one applies ethical principles to real or hypothetical professional situations, demonstrating awareness of their social impact. Okay. These are the three performance indicators that we got for this session, folks. We're gonna analyze, we're gonna discuss those terms, and at the end, we're gonna analyze and we're gonna discuss some real life scenarios. Okay. So here we got a short introduction that I would like to some of you to read this one. Do we have any volunteer?
Can I?
Me.
Okay.
In this session, we will examine the ethical and social foundation of professional life. We will begin by analyzing the social aspect of profession, understanding that every profession exists to serve society and respond to collective needs. Then, we will reflect on the role of vocation and moral conscience, recognizing that professional practice is not only technical but also deeply personal and ethical. Finally, we will explore the social dimension of professional ethics, emphasizing how professional decision influence individual, institution, and society as a whole. So the discussion of real life scenarios, students will evaluate ethical dilemmas and consider the broader social consequence of professional actions.
Okay, good, good. Thank you, Abigail. Thank you very much. As you can appreciate there, folks, okay, in this session, we're gonna reflect, right, on what it truly means to be a professional in the society, okay? We will also explore, folks, how profession has a social purpose and exists to serve others, okay? Because remember that when we talk about professions, it means that we need to serve others areas, okay? And not just to earn a salary. And as she mentioned before, we will also discuss how vocation and moral conscience influence the way professionals make decisions, right? Because remember that they are connected, okay? Well, as usually, folks, in every session, as you know, we got some speaking questions. So I'm gonna give you at least 2 minutes, okay, no more than that, 2 minutes to analyze, to read in silent the questions, to analyze, and then raise your hand. Start with your by saying your name and then give your opinion about this one, okay? Okay, folks, time's up. Time's up, and we're going to start with the first question. What does it mean to be a professional in today's society? What do you think? Okay, Samar, go ahead.
I think that when currently we listen to the word professional, most of the people would associate that with having a career, like a professional major. But actually, being professional goes beyond that. And
Yeah.
it's also related to the way we act, like the ethics that we apply into our job and our daily life. It's not only having a degree.
Yes, yes, good. Do we have another volunteer for the same questions?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
May
go
I go
ahead.
first?
Yes, Anahi. Anahi, go ahead.
Okay. Well, for me, being a professional today means more than just having a degree or, how can I say, a job title.
Mm-hmm.
I think it involves acting responsible, respecting others, and constantly improving your skills. For example, a professional teacher not only knows their subjects, but also treats students with respect, prepares lessons seriously, and adapts to new teaching methods.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like in modern society, professionalism is closely connected to attitude, I think. Uh, Here we apply it a lot, what we call ethics, and how you interact with others, both in personal and in life. Because whatever person, we will have a point of view of you.
Yes, yes. Something important, folks, that you have mentioned in that question is that when we talk about professions, we talk about values, right? As you mentioned before, we talk about ethical principles, and we talk about behaviors, all of these aspects we need to take into considerations, okay, when talk about professional. Good. Let's analyze the question number two. Do professionals have responsibilities beyond doing their job well? What do you think?
Can I give my opinion in that question?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I consider yes, they do. Uh, Professional must think about how their work affects other people, and society. I suppose that they have to be honest and avoid harming others and make fair decisions.
Mhm.
They also have the responsibility to continue learning and improving their skills.
Mhm.
That's my opinion.
Okay, good, really good. Do we have another one? Okay, good. Let's continue with the question number three. How can a professional positively impact society? What do you think?
Uh, Hello, teacher. Good night. This is Hanasis.
Good evening, Genesis.
Um, and well, from my point of view, I think the professional positively impact society to, for example, to be a teacher, to have enough knowledge to solve some problems, and also, for example, doctors who save life, and also for me, a professional can possibly impact society, um, and like promote ethical values such as honesty and responsibility. Thank you.
Mhm. Like like the legacy that we issue, right? Okay, good. Do we have another volunteer for the same question? No one else? Okay, let's move on to question number four. Can a can a professional harm society? In what ways do you think that a professional can harm society, folks?
May I answer, teacher?
Of course.
Okay. Well, I think that when they act irresponsible or unethically, When professionals prioritize personal gain over ethics, their action can have serious consequences for public trust and social
Mhm.
stability. Um, for example, how can I say? Maybe a journalist who spreads false information can create panic or misinformation because he not being trust.
Mhm. Yes, good. Another way, folks, that a professional can harm society. For example, when we talk about medical negligence, right? So this really harms society. That in this case, you know that when we talk about medical situations, they are so delicate, right? So we need to be careful with this. Number five, is professional success the same as ethical success? Why? What do you think?
Me, teacher,
Yes, go ahead.
I think that they are not the same because professional success usually refer talking about promotion, mm, recognition,
Hmm.
or mirroring performance goal. And ethical success talk about honesty, responsibility, or respect for other.
Okay, good, good. And what about the question number six, folks? Why do some professionals lose public trust?
Um, this is Diana. I
Okay.
think some professionals lose public trust because of corruption, dishonesty, scandals, or lack of transparency. When people feel betrayed or manipulated, it becomes difficult to trust them again. Trust is built over time but can be lost very quickly.
Okay, good. What about the question number seven? What qualities make a professional socially responsible? Remember that, folks, in the previous sessions, we have been discussing about some qualities like integrity, right? So, which others do you think that can correspond to a professional socially responsible? Lubianka, go ahead.
Hi, teacher. Good evening. Well, I
Good.
believe a socially responsible professional is honest, respectful, and care about others. They think about how our actions affect people and society. We follow rules and we try to do what we think is right. Sometimes it's not easy, but that's my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah. Probably in something important that you mentioned is that we follow rules. Probably there are some aspects or some actions that we don't agree, but we need to respect, right? We need to follow because they are rules. Okay, good. Let's see the question number eight. Do you think ethics should be mandatory in all university programs? Why? Good question. Lubianka, you raised your hand or it is something? Okay, no one? In that case, folks, eh, as I said before, it's a good question. In that case, I would say yes. I would say yes. Why? Because remember that as some of you were reading in the introduction, we say that professional is that when we serve to others areas, right? When we serve to the society. And remember that every profession affects society, right? Why in all the university programs they should be mandatory? Because remember that in all the universities we are preparing students, right, to make responsible ethical decisions, right? So we need to be careful with this. What about the question number nine? How does sorry how does society influence professional behavior? Do you think that society can be influenced by the cultures, by the values that we got, by the customs, the beliefs that we have? What do you think?
Teacher, I
Yes.
think that society influence professional behavior through laws, cultural values, and public expectations. If society values honesty and fairness, professionals are more likely to act according to those principles. Social media and public opinion also play a role in holding professionals accountable.
Okay, good. And the last question, folks. In your opinion, what is the most important moral value for a professional?
And teacher,
Yes.
in my opinion, integrity is the most important moral value for a professional because integrity means doing the right thing even when no one is watching. For
Mhm,
example, a professional with integrity will not cheat, lie, or take advantage of others. Even if it would benefit them personally. Integrity, I think, builds trust, credibility, and long term respect, which are essential for any profession.
mhm. Yeah, good. Do we have another volunteer? Do you agree with her about integrity, or probably you're thinking on honesty, loyalty? What do you think, folks?
I
Because,
think
yeah,
honesty. I think
honest.
honesty too, and moral courage into one guiding principle.
Hmm. Okay, good, good. Now let's move on to this, folks. As I said at the beginning of the session, that the content that we're gonna cover are the social aspects of professions, and I would like to listen to you. What do you understand by professions? Do you think that professions is just one of the ways that every individual see how to earn money, or do you think that it's more than employment? What do you think, folks? Someone who hasn't participated, please. How would you define, or what do you understand by professions? Alexis Casco, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Hello.
Alexis Castro debe estar en otro lado.
Yes, Alexis, go ahead.
Yes, I'm sorry. May you repeat the question because actually I joined a little bit late.
Okay, good. Don't worry. I said that. What do you understand by professions? Do you think that profession is just one of the way to earn money, or do you think it's much more than unemployment?
Well, in my understanding, it could be both because having a profession can lead you to go further to a specific pathway where, or well, if we say on this part, like if you're interested to do something, for example, if you have a goal like in a business area or environment, you can go further with a specific profession. Also, if
Yes.
we can say something related to your skills, if I like to cook, I can go in the cooking area, right? So yes,
Yes.
I can say both.
Okay, good. Good. What about the rest one? Do you agree with him?
Hello.
Yes.
Well, in my case, I would say that a profession is not just making money, but also it could be, for example, contributing to society. For example, I
Yes.
think some of us are studying English teaching, because it's something that we like, right? So, for
Yes.
example, having the chance to be teachers will allow us to basically share the knowledge that we have to the community. So it's not simply just making money, but like, for example, involving responsibility, being ethical, and well, also this could help us to grow personally.
Yeah, good. Remember, folks, that all of the profession exists. As I said before, that every profession served to the society, right? As you mentioned before, Willie is your name, right? As
Yes.
as you said before, the teacher exists because remember that education is so essential, right? And as I said before, that ethic must be included in the whole university programs because remember that we're preparing students, right? So, what do you think about doctors? So, what is the purpose of doctors? What do you think that they exist today in the society? Because remember that the society, even the people, the community, need healthcare, right? And I totally agree with you, folks. Okay, let's see. Vocation. Who who knows what vocation is? How would you describe vocation? Do you have vocation in your work? Do you love what you do? Do you do what you love? What do you think? Go ahead, Jennifer.
Hello, um, good afternoon. Well, I think
Afternoon.
that vocation is something that is more than to be a professional. I'm sorry, because in my case, I am a teacher, and I'm not a professional yet, but it's something that I love to do to teach children and to um improve also my skills in order to be better teaching. And I think that vocation is more than to be to have a profession, but it involves both profession and vocation at the same time.
Okay, good. What do you think, folks? Do you think that all of the professionals have vocation on the things that they do? Joshua, you raise your hand. Tell us, what do you think about vocation? Do you agree with her in your job? In your job, do you think that you got vocation on that? Do you love what you do? Do you do what you love?
Well, sure. I strongly consider that, as my teammate said, I'm sorry, vocation is something that you really love to do in order to help um, community, in order to help the social. So I can say that. So yes, of course, loving the things or the job that you do is the fundamental aspect of vacation. Yes, and of
Mhm.
course this is really important because, as she said, it helps to the community. It helps, for example, if I am studying uh, an English teacher career, so it's because first of all I love it. I love teaching, and of course because I want to help my community in not just providing a second language,
Mhm.
but sharing important characteristics, so uh, moral behavior. So I strongly I agree with that with her as well.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Do we
You're
have
welcome.
another volunteer? Francisco.
Yes, thank you. I agree with my classmates that vocation is a step further. And to answer your question regarding if all professionals have vocation, I think nope, that's not the case.
Yeah.
And that's not bad, I would say, because sometimes having a job you might not like is a bridge to reach what you want to get. And well, maybe it's temporary and you just need to suck it up. But of course, you do have to do your job well, even if it's not the thing you like the most.
Yes, yes. I asked this question for because I have seen some of the teacher not at Univalle in another institution that probably they got a really good knowledge about the language. They speak in a C1 or C2 level. Okay, they speak like a native one, but they don't have the pedagogical interventions. They don't have the strategies, the didactic strategy to transfer to teach such language. So that's why that I asked that questions, and I totally agree with you. Okay, good. Jennifer, yes, would you like to add something else? Isamar, go ahead.
Yeah, I totally agree with Francisco, and I actually wanted to say something similar. I also think that not all professionals have vocation, and this is because sometimes you only have to do your job, and it is not because you like it, but because you need the money. Or there are some other situations in which you are forced basically to study something that you don't want, and then you have to, you have to
Yeah.
make a living of it, but you don't actually like it.
What about if we go to the medicine, to the medical professions? Do you think that all of the doctors has a really good vocation of what they do?
Talking about doctors, I would say that that is a major that people would say it is like very important or something hard to get. So I have seen that when there's one doctor in the family, then that person wants to be all his or her generations be doctors as well. And some of them do it, but it's not because they like it. It's because they
Hmm.
were forced to do it.
Yeah.
And when they go to their job and they have to take care of people's lives and health, they will basically just care for get it done and not actually for help them, or maybe just give them medicine to relieve the pain, but not actually treat the cause of that pain, like they won't care.
Okay, good. Just one more opinion about moral conscious. What do you think about this one, folks? What do you understand by moral conscious? Do you think that one of the purpose that we need to take into account, to take into consideration when talking about moral conscience is the ability that we got to distinguish or to differentiate the right from good, the right from wrong, or the wrong from good. So what do you think, folks? I don't know if Jennifer raised her hand again or is Amar as well. Jonathan Gonzalez.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, for me, this is a very important point, right? And basically, what I understand from this point is that this is like what guides us, like professionals, to act in a fair way, like what we need to take into account, for example, the respect. And not only that, you were talking about doctors, right? And I think that with moral conscience, doctors they won't tell the patient, like take this medicine that maybe the medicine that they are recommending to the patience is not gonna help, right? And I think that this is like the way that this could uh, go. This is like my understanding of moral conscience in a professional settings, you know.
Okay.
And yeah, it's not just individual success. I would say it's just responsibility and the
Yeah.
consequences, right, to the society.
Okay, good. We're gonna end up this conversation with Willie Gomez.
Yes, sir. So, well, when we talk about moral conscience, I would say that is something related to the classes that we have seen in the past, because this is all about ethics. It's about distinguishing what is right and what is wrong. So, for example, moral conscience could make us feel that, I mean, for example, in some cases, could make us feel guilty if we did something wrong, or maybe could make us feel at peace if we did something right. So, it's more about like a combination between our principles and well, the guides or the voice that we have inside that could make us choose the right decision based on what we think would be either correct or wrong.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with you. Okay, good. Now let's move on to this one. This is, let's see. This is new, folks, because these real scenarios you have to analyze carefully, and then on the WhatsApp group you can send your opinion about this. Okay. So based on all of the discussion that we have done, folks, what do you understand by the social dimension of professional ethics? Do you think that this is just the things that we do, or it refers to the behavior that a person has, or do you think that this has a direct impact on society? What do you think, folks? The dimension, the social dimension of professional ethics. Regarding folks, about the whole things that we have been discussing, when we say the social dimension of professional ethics, we refer to the idea, right? We refer to the idea that every professional behavior is not only a personal or individual matter, right? It's the impact, or it refers to the direct impact on the society. Okay. So remember that professional ethics, folks, goes beyond doing a job correctly, okay? And this involves understanding that every professional decision affects other people, okay? So as you have discussed, we have discussed in the previous session, and in this one at the beginning, that, for example, in the education area, if a teacher has a bad behavior, so this affects to the students, okay? So um I'm gonna send to the group the screenshot of this, and now I would like to share with you this one, folks. We're gonna end with this one. I'm gonna post it in the chat of this Zoom. Okay, in the chat of this Zoom. Please click on it, and you will see this. Let me see. Let me know if you do it. Okay, here we go. So here, folks, we got, it says that dear students, first write your full name to identify your response, then write with your own words in one clear and complete sentence. Explain the social dimension of professional ethic with your own words. So I mean, here in the left column, write your full name and then give a short and simple sentence about what you understand by the dimension of professional ethics. Okay. So you got 2 minutes and a half for doing this. Okay, start now, folks, please.
Sorry, it's actually asking us for access.
Let's see. Okay, done it. Try to write. Yeah. Okay, good. Mientras van escribiendo, chicos, bueno, por motivos de tiempo, ¿verdad? No creo que completen todo esto, porque después de del virtual session, esto se iba a cerrar. Les voy a dar 2 minutos más, ¿verdad? Aunque la llamada se finalice para que ustedes completen y después ya no van a tener acceso, ¿vale? ¿Me escucharon?
Sí, sí, correcto.
Okay, thank you for answering.